What's up, you guys, and welcome back to this beautiful and abundant channel. It is Mama Manifests here. Happy day after the full moon, you guys. Oh my gosh, what was that? What was that? I have never been so happy for a full moon to just go on and pass by ever. It was confusing. I felt like my brain just didn't know which way was up for the days before the full moon. And it was just so confusing. And I was in my emotions, obviously, with the moon being in the water sign of Scorpio. Just bringing up so much stuff, right? Shedding our skin, right? We know that Scorpio rules transformation, the death and the rebirth process. And that's what I feel like. I mean, just all of my triggers I've ever felt just slowly coming to the surface. And, finally last night I was listening to some full moon frequency. You can Google that or YouTube that or whatever if you guys want to do that, because we'll be in the post moon phase for a couple days here. We'll still be under that energy, so you can really take advantage of all of these downloads coming in. But I guess I'm just sharing this with you guys, just if you've been feeling like you were completely losing your mind, like you're not alone, right? Like I just so ungrounded. I mean, granted, I'm going through a lot of external changes as well, but internally it just felt like confusing, right? So comment down below if you guys were confused as well. So what we're going to do today, this is going to be, if you just came across it, it's for whoever needs it. If you clicked on this, there's something in here for you. Build that trust with yourself. Trust yourself. Trust yourself above all. Very, very important. Probably the most important, one of the most important lessons, through the spiritual journey that we learn. Like, we have all of the answers within. Yes, we can be inspired by, readers, spiritual teachers, whomever. But we're all on different journeys, and the truth lies within ourselves. The truth lies within our heart. So even if you are watching somebody who you've been consistently inspired by and they share some information that just doesn't feel right with you, that's okay, right? We're all on different journeys. And I don't know if I talked about this before, but everybody's truth, at certain moments, just to get through certain things, we all believe different things, and we're going through different phases in our life. And so who are we to say that somebody else's truth isn't true? Does that make sense? I hope this is translating. I don't know where all of this is coming from, but obviously it needs to be said. So yeah, whatever zodiac sign you are, this reading is for you. If you clicked on it, go ahead and take a watch. We're going to go ahead and jump right in. The first thing we're going to do, we're going to get some Work Your Light oracles. I'm always connecting with that deck. And then we're going to jump into the tarot. We're going to jump into the tarot and we're going to see what these messages are. We're going directly for your soul. The intention here, I like to keep things open, especially in these readings, because I like to give the divine room to bring in whatever messages may come through, and sometimes, I'll be listening to readings and it won't make sense for me in that moment, but then later, right, like because I exposed myself to that information, everything will start connecting as I'm experiencing some certain things, right? Like I'll be like, oh, now what, he or she said is starting to make sense, okay? So yeah, I could probably just talk all day. But yeah, let's get back in alignment with ourselves. I'm, as much as I complain about how confused I was with this full moon, I'm grateful for it because, there's always clarity and the sun always comes back out on the other side of these storms. So if you're going through storms right now, yeah, which you guys do, you guys feel alone, all right? I get it. Believe me, I get it. You could have people around you. You could be literally physically alone, not have people around you, but you guys feel alone. The reason we go through that is so that way you guys have, like, I don't know if you know this, I hope you do, but you guys have an extremely spiritual purpose, okay? And it's from your heart space. You're a healer, okay? And it's extremely important, right? Like you're human inside of you wants to judge yourself, right? And make you believe that you are alone because you're bad or there's something wrong with you. That's not the truth, you guys. It's not the truth, your purpose and how you're going to help others, right? Through all of your experiences that you've been through thus far and what you are going through right now is because you're going to use all of that experience and wisdom that you have been gaining and are currently gaining to translate to others in whatever way, shape, or form that is. Okay. So sometimes, when we're on that path, maybe not sometimes, all the time, when you're on this path, it's honestly an honor too. I know it cannot feel that way because we look around and we compare our journeys to others around us. I get that. Believe me, I get that. And everything that you want you're going to get that in the divine timing that it is meant for you. But there are these periods where we feel completely alone, and it's because we're developing a certain level of faith and trust with that which we cannot see. It's a very high level of faith to be in this line of work. If you're a tarot reader in particular, or any sort of spiritual teacher, or any sort of, anything, right? Like, I don't know why it's not like all the different titles aren't coming. Usually the people who come to me, are multi-talented. You have multiple gifts. You could do a lot of different things. You're just an overall healer, light worker, and a lot of you are star seeds as well. You identify with that as well. But yeah, if you feel alone, just know that all you have to do, and they want to help you, is call on your angels, right? Call on the angels, call on your ancestors. It's so that you can develop that strength within. This time alone too is the reason you feel alone, and that you are literally emotionally alone, is so that you find out who you are without all of those other voices around you, because the world can be incredibly loud. And if you were never plucked out of that matrix of a system, right? Because what you're doing is you're spending time outside of the matrix, finding out who you are, because your truth, you're an innovator, right? You're not here to fit in. You're here to change, help, assist, move into this age of Aquarius. You're a leader. And sometimes that path it's not always going to be this way, you guys. It's not always going to be this way. A lot of messages coming through off of that card, okay? Yes, I love this. Yeah, I did this last night with my friend's children. We had a little dance party, and it moved my energy. I didn't do too much because my body has been a little bit tired, as well as my soul, my mind, and my emotional body. I didn't do too much, right? So I'm not asking you to go full blown, go have a dance party, crazy, crazy. Look at that moon too. We're still under that energy. Do you see that in the top there? Yes, utilize this energy. I just did a little bit of shake, a little bit of movement. And it was, like I said, it was just enough to move that energy around. By the time I took a shower, a spiritual shower, what that means is I was just imagining the water cleansing every aspect of me, my mind, my body, my spirit. After I did that, I got into that meditation with that full moon music, and I moved that energy just around enough that I was able to finally connect back with myself, the divine, and hear what like the actual reality of what I'm going through, as opposed to it going through that victim filter, right? The ego filter, whatever you want to call it. When we're alone and it goes through the ego filter, it can feel really bleak. And I'm feeling that that's what a lot of you are feeling, right? Obviously, that's why these cards are coming out. The divine is saying move. Don't sit there, right? It's okay to rest. That's not what I'm saying. Rest if you need it, but you need to move around. And if you just get that energy around you, I actually burned some Palo Santo right before this reading. Maybe burn some Palo Santo, incense, or sage, and move the energy around. And then you'll be able to connect back with the divine. On the bottom of the deck here, I love this card. I love whenever I see this card. I always get it after a storm, right? If you will, a metaphorical storm. And it's your vibrations going back up. We're moving back up, and we're coming in. It says you are the oracle, right? Like you have a deep connection to the divine, which again is an honor. I know sometimes our gifts feel like a blessing and a curse. And, I think, we might always feel that way. I don't know, but you are truly blessed. You are truly a warrior. You are truly a divine soul. Like what you have been through is going to help so many others, because the wisdom that you're carrying from these lessons is it's new information. It's information that most people haven't had access to. And I want you guys to also remember, because this is coming through strong, because sometimes we can feel like, we're not connected to our purpose. Just your presence alone, right? The people that get to be around you, you are actually healing, because your heart space is so big and so expanded, and you're such a divine being that when you are around people, subconsciously they're picking it up. Maybe not consciously, but just the amount of love that you have to offer, right? So every single day, you don't know how many lives you are touching. You don't know how many lives you are changing. You just don't. And I think this comes through a lot in these readings. Okay, I'm going to keep it moving here, because I could probably go on all day. All right, look at that. I love it. At the cut, we have the sun, happiest card in the deck, after some time of contemplation. After some rest, a little dance, a little rest, a little meditation, you're going to see things through the filter of truth, right? Instead of the filter of ego, the filter of your higher self, okay? So meditation leads to the sun coming back out, okay? Huge message. I mean, I probably should turn this off right now. I was going to go into the whole Celtic cross. I'm not going to do that. I'm actually just going to get 3 cards for now. That's what I'm being guided to do. All right, we'll get 2 more shuffles and we will cut the deck. Look at this. I love this. It's the Ace of Cups. It's renewal. It's renewal of spirit. It's a completely new perspective. It's having, on the other side of the storm, the amount of self-love and respect, right, that you're going to have for yourself is beautiful. And that's a gift. And a lot of the times, we judge ourselves based on our external manifestations. Oh, baby, that's coming. But we got to clean up the inside, the palace, the temple first. And then on our life paths, maybe not everybody's, but on our life paths, the external reality will match our internal reality in, yes, divine timing. Okay. I don't know how many, I love this. High Priestess. Yeah. Keep your information to yourself, right? Just hold your information close and really trust yourself. Like, there might be a lot of confusing information around you, but the answers lie within, okay? And you might be, I know for me, when I'm feeling really confused or, detached from my higher self or whatever, I start to look to external, information or guidance from other people. And yes, sometimes it's right on, but a lot of the times it's not my own voice, right? It's based on their experience. So that card is really calling me to tell you to trust yourself above all, please. Like, you have the answers. You've been doing this work, okay? All right, so we have the Queen of Air, independent, experienced, realistic, witty, objective decision-making, clearing away all that no longer serves you, I love that, seeing the humor in the situation. So, and that came out for me last night. I did a little bit of a reading for myself and really laughing at all of this. I know it seems very heavy and serious, but I don't know, if you guys are new here, I am a Pleiadian starseed, and sometimes I do connect with the Pleiadians, and they always, their biggest message that always comes through, and they laugh a lot, is, finding humor in these situations, because laughter truly is the best medicine. Seems so simple, but I have found, at least, on my own journey, that's the truth, okay? But we have this coming out here in the past energy, and this is you really analyzing the situation, okay? Analyzing, being up in your thoughts. I definitely felt some, just overwhelmed by my thoughts. I was definitely in my logical mind. And being realistic about, taking an inventory, what needs to stay, what needs to go, externally and internally. What thought patterns for me, completely being so hard on myself, not seeing the bright side of the situation, right? That needs to go, right? And this is coming out in the past energy, really letting go of the things that need to go right now. What's for your greatest good, okay? And then in the present energy, I love this. Things are looking up, the end of a difficult situation, taking a trip, okay? This is absolutely beautiful. Some of you might actually benefit from, booking, an Airbnb overnight, getting away and getting out of your normal environment. I'm already out of my normal environment, so I'm getting new energy, new inspiration. But yeah, there's something here about changing your scenery, okay? Even if it's just for a short amount of time, even if you don't have the expenses to maybe get an Airbnb, driving somewhere where you have never been, taking a walk, just going somewhere where you've never been, where there's new energy, and taking advantage of that newness, and it'll bring in new thoughts and new energy into you. But what I love about this here right now, we have a lot of air energy. So that, just like I said, we've been completely beating ourselves up, lots of thoughts, feeling like we're being consumed by our thoughts. But here in the present moment, even if it doesn't feel that way, very, very shortly for you guys, you're going to see things from a different perspective after we take that moment to really get in a good solid 20-minute or so meditation here, okay, under this full moon energy. I charged up my crystals, by the way, last night. They sat outside with pretty little Luna all night, and I love it, and it feels great. But anyway, things are looking up. It's the end of this storm. Finally, right? Finally. Okay, so that's exciting. Let's see what we got here. Passionate, adventurous, self-assured, okay? A sudden event that needs immediate attention. Time is of the essence. Think through things carefully, okay? So there's going to be some new passion ignited, okay? And, maybe there's some quick decisions that need to be made, right? But rest assured, okay, if you guys have any decisions coming up and things like that, rest assured that when you take that time in the meditation, you're going to get all of the answers you need. Don't get overwhelmed by this right now, okay? But either way, you're going to be moving forward passionately, and that's so exciting. We have our passion back. I know a couple days ago I was reading and we had the Ace of Wands in reverse, okay? And that's like a lack of passion for life, just feeling blah, disconnected, over it, right? And I love to see that is being returned back to us. We're going to have our passion back. Oh my gosh, look at the bottom of the deck here. Your emotional and material needs are met. If any of you are worried or overwhelmed about that, just know everything, you're on the right path. You're on the right path. You're doing the right thing. Stop beating yourself up for growing, right? And growing pains and learning experiences that you've been through. Okay. Everything's going to be taken care of. And this is trustworthy relationships. Maybe, I already know you guys have been through a lot of untrustworthy relationships, people that have betrayed you, hurt you, stabbed you in the back. And they were all lessons. But this is saying, this is I know this is what you want, and this is what you desire very deeply. And that's what's coming to you, okay? Your passion's going to be reignited. You're going to move forward, and you're going to feel reinvigorated. So that is the message coming through today. I hope this was helpful. If it was, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. I am open for personal readings at this time. I am offering a little bit of a discounted rate over the next month. So if you want to take advantage of that, message me. We'll get something going. My email is in the description box below. So I love you guys very much. And I'll talk to you very soon. Namaste and God bless.